I define reflective empathic compassion as exploring our partner's inner and outer experiences with a beginner's mind, sensitively tuning into their feelings on an embodied level, and thoughtfully offering care and comfort that truly align with their unique needs and desires. The heart of this definition can be summarized by 3 questions. What is happening in your world? How are you feeling? And what do you need from me? The degree to which we ask these questions in our hearts and minds and act accordingly will be the degree to which we feel connected in our relationships. Though reflective empathic compassion seems to flow naturally during the blissful days of the honeymoon phase, it can seem elusive amidst the backdrop of hurt, disconnect, and anger. Yet it's still possible to summon these responses and, through practice, to have them become natural once again. To understand how, we'll break the reflective empathic compassion down into its components. Be reflective. In a relationship, the reflective part of reflective empathic compassion refers to truly grasping what's happening in your partner's mind and heart, and thoughtfully considering their experiences and feelings as they navigate their world. This skill involves a keen, meditative capacity to tune into and contemplate your partner's thoughts, emotions, concerns, and specific situations. Here are several questions to ask yourself about your partner during a conflict, or if that feels too zen-ish, afterward when you've had a chance to cool off. What's happening in my partner's world right now? How might they be feeling about what's going on? They seem off today. What kind of day might they have had? Is there something stressing them out at work? How might my actions have impacted them? Have they been getting enough sleep lately? How could their past be playing into their feelings or reactions now? Are their needs or wants not being met? Is there anything coming up for us or our family that may be contributing to some anxiety? Remember, our expertise lies in our own lives only. So, we should ultimately check with our partners about any guesses we make about their feelings or experiences. We want to stay curious, recognizing that we don't have all the answers. It's about maintaining an open mind, tuning into our partner's experiences, acting with the data we have in the moment, and striving to understand them more completely over time. Be empathic. We can strive to be empathic. Our role as partners involves more than just reflecting on our partner's experiences, which tends to be on a more cognitive level. It's about being attuned partners, tuning into their emotional world and attempting to feel what they feel. While we can never fully grasp their subjective experience, this process invites us to empathize with their sadness, shame, pain, fears, and other emerging emotions. Be compassionate. Lastly, there is compassion. Compassion is defined as being sensitive to the suffering of self and others with a deep commitment to try to prevent and relieve it. Unfortunately, by the time folks get to couples therapy, their survival strategies are in full swing. Their hawk-like threat system maintains their protective strategies, which could include withdrawing, trying to stay out of sight and out of mind, pursuing through criticism or nagging, displaying apathy, or adopting a demeanor as cold as ice. When our threat systems are activated, the last thing we want to do is offer open-hearted warmth and care toward our partners. However, for relationships to thrive, compassion, healing, and practical love in action is a necessity. Schedule a scuba diving encounter. Here's a practice that might just change the way you and your partner connect. Embark on a weekly scuba diving expedition into the depths of each other's emotional, physical, and mental landscapes. Picture this adventure as setting aside sacred time each week, or more frequently if you can, to put on your metaphorical diving gear and explore the undercurrents of your partner's experiences with 3 golden connective questions. What is happening in your world? How are you feeling? What do you need from me? This isn't a time for arguments or battles of ego. It's not about going tit for tat or trying to outdo each other with past grievances. Instead, it's about navigating the deeper waters of each other's lives. It's about intimacy. Into me see. As you connect, take turns. Reflect back what you hear the other person saying. Remember, ear is nestled within heart, as a gentle reminder that empathic listening is a direct path to reaching someone's oceanic heart. We often prioritize sharing certain parts of our experience and neglect others. Some of us are more comfortable talking about our feelings, while others lean toward discussing thoughts. But intimacy is enriched by exploring each other's different channels of experience. These channels offer a comprehensive understanding of the myriad ways we experience and express our inner worlds, creating a deeper and more nuanced connection. Consider the 7 channels of experience as developed by David Mars, the founder of Transformative Couples Therapy. Sharing your experiences along these channels to your partner and listening empathically as your partner shares theirs provides a holistic approach to understanding and connecting with your partner on a profound level. 1. Sensation. Tune into physical sensations in the body. Notice tension, relaxation, warmth, coolness, and other bodily experiences. Bridging the mind-body divide can bring awareness to how physical states influence emotions and thoughts. Recognizing muscle tension can sometimes speak louder than words. Example: I notice that my shoulders tense up whenever I think about work. Just talking about it makes my neck feel tight. It's like my body is carrying the weight of my stress. 2. Emotion. Recognize core emotions such as anger, sadness, joy, fear, and disgust. Pay attention to how these feelings manifest physically. Allowing tears to flow when feeling sadness can create a moment of shared vulnerability. Example: I feel really sad when I think about how little time we've had together lately. It's like a heavy feeling in my chest, and sometimes I just need to cry about it. 3. Energetic. Observe the subtle energies in the body, like feelings of lightness or heaviness, and the overall energetic charge. Feeling into what you love about your partner and noticing how this energy touches you can enhance your emotional bond. Example: when I think about our last vacation, I feel this warm, light sensation in my chest. It's like my whole body relaxes and fills with happiness. 4. Movement. Pay attention to body movements, postural shifts, and nonverbal expressions. A shift in posture during a conversation can indicate deeper, perhaps unspoken feelings. Example: I noticed I crossed my arms when we started talking about finances. I guess it's a sign that I'm feeling defensive or worried about it. 5. Auditory. Listen to the tone, pitch, and rhythm of speech, The sweetness of your partner's voice, for instance, can touch you deeply and communicate their affection. Example: when you told me about your day, I could hear the stress in your voice. It sounded strained, and I could tell you were overwhelmed. 6. Visual. Observe facial expressions, eye movements, and overall visual cues. Seeing your partner's bright eyes and soft smile can communicate warmth and love non-verbally. Example: I saw your eyes light up when you talked about your new project. Your whole face seemed to brighten, and it made me feel so proud of you. 7. Imaginal. Engage with spontaneous or intentionally invited internal images, whether literal or symbolic. Imagining holding your younger self in your mind's eye can bring past experiences into the present for healing and understanding. Example: when I think about that argument we had, I picture myself as a kid, feeling scared and small. It helps me understand why I reacted so strongly. You might be thinking, who talks like that? I get it. It's not your everyday conversation style. We usually just share our thoughts, and when we do talk about emotions, it's often about our feelings rather than from our feelings. Unless we're angry, of course. But just because it's uncommon doesn't mean we should shy away from these deeper ways of being known. By bringing these channels into your regular check-ins, you and your partner can cultivate a richer, more empathetic connection. This approach helps both partners feel truly seen, heard, and understood on multiple levels, strengthening your bond. Diving into these questions about each other's world and exploring what you both notice through these different channels will likely open you up to offering empathy and compassion whenever the opportunity arises. If turbulent currents or a whirlpool of negativity pull you off course, take a break. Come up for air on your respective sides of the boat and plan to dive back in when the waters are calm. Once we attune to each other's experiences, we can seek to love one another in ways that truly help us feel loved and cared for.